guys, it's Shelly here. Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me today. On today's video, I have a product to share with you guys, and it is the Ohuhu art markers, alcohol markers, the full range of 322 markers, and it is the Honolulu series. Now, Ohuhu have very kindly sent these markers to me, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. I know everyone is very familiar with alcohol markers. This is a really heavy bag. I'm sorry if I shake the camera. I know everyone's familiar with alcohol markers, with the Ohuhu alcohol markers. They've become very popular recently, and I only just recently got into the markers and I'm actually loving them. So I'm so glad that Ohuhu sent me their full range to try out, and I thought I'd share it with you guys just to show you the range of colors that there are there. I've been using these markers quite a lot recently in the single-sided books. Of course, I would personally never use them in a double-sided book because it does bleed through the paper and it does ruin the illustrations on the other side, but it's brilliant for the single-sided books. So I'm actually really enjoying them, and I'm so excited to be able to share this set with you. Now, I'll give you a brief on the markers for those of you who may not have come across it, but I'm sure a lot of you already have. So the markers come in lots of various sets. They have lots of different styles of markers. The one that they have sent me is I'll just get one pen out. It's a Honolulu series. They have different series. Actually, I should probably get this booklet out. So they do give us a little booklet to tell us about the range of markers that they have. So they tell us all about their markers and all the different kind of markers that they have and how many colors that they have and the style of markers. So for example, they do have a variety such as a brush tip, which I absolutely love. That's what I tend to use. There's a chisel tip, a fine tip, and then in some certain ranges or styles of markers, sorry for the glare, you also have something called a slim broad, and it specifies which range that you can get these ones in, a tri-nib and a wide. And then you have the various, so you have the Honolulu B series, you have the Oahu, I can't pronounce that. But basically these are the three, I won't be able to pronounce that one, Molokai and the Kala. So it gives you all about the series, the designs that you can get from them, the type of nibs, the colors that you have available, the number of colors you have available. And so for the series that I have, which is the Honolulu series, you get the full range is a range of 320, which is really amazing. So many colors there to play with. So yeah, it's really handy having this little booklet so you can see everything that Ohuhu offers in their markers. So we get that in the box. We also get a little protector sheet, plasticky one, which you can use behind your pages so it doesn't bleed through to the next page. And the thing I love about their sets is that they also give you the swatch charts with the names and numbers already written out, so we don't have to go and write down 322 names and numbers. So everything is there and you can swatch them out yourself. So that is really amazing. And I just wanted to share that they have previously sent me 120 sets, so those sets also had the swatch charts. And then also a pastel set of 96, which also had swatch charts. So it's really amazing having these swatch charts ready and you can just look at all the colors that you have. So yeah, I think I have really been enjoying the Ohuhu markers, and I think for what I use them for, they are so budget friendly. They now have replacement pens available. They have tips available that you can buy from their website. Previously, maybe about a year ago, they did not have replacement markers available. So if you ran out of one, you couldn't replace just that single. So now you can buy them as singles, which is brilliant, from their website. And I think that's what made me jump ahead and agree to getting these markers, the first set that they sent me, because I was like, okay, yeah, now if I run out of a pen and I really love that pen, I really enjoy using it, I can get it if I need to and not have to buy a whole set. So this is what the Ohuhu Honolulu marker looks like. And the design that they've sent me is the one with the brush tip. So they have that written there so you know which side it is, and a broad chisel tip, which is on that side. So this is the broad chisel tip, which I haven't really used actually, but it would probably be useful for backgrounds, but I really like their brush tips. And then they have one option with a brush tip and a fine tip, or a fine tip, which would also be very handy, I think. So maybe that's one thing I would try one day, is their fine tip. And all it says there is Ohuhu art marker. Then the thing I love again, first of all, they have a little sticky out bit here, which means it doesn't just roll off your desk, which is really good. And they have the name and number of the pen on both sides. Because when you're working with one side, if you take it off and you didn't have, and it's on the lid and you didn't have, you couldn't figure out which pen it was, it would be really hard to match them up, especially if you're working fast and you have a few pens out with a few lids off at the same time. It's really handy having it on both ends. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, that's what the pens look like. And I'm sure you guys are very familiar with that. And it's a nice set. You can get it in these cases, which is really good. You can get them in smaller sets like I just showed you. I have the 120 set and the pastel set. Now for colorists, I think the pastel set would be beautiful because I would use it for basing quite a lot. If you're someone who likes to use pencils over the top, and you didn't want to get such a big range, I would say a pastel set is really good because that works as your highlight color, and then you can use pencils over the top. Darker colors would work for creating shadows and things like that, to just sort of reduce the number of pencils you use. So I do tend to actually use a range of colors. I don't only use the light colors in my coloring now. I will actually put in my shadows with the darker colors, and then I just have to use fewer pencils over the top. So it really does help. And then for those of you who like just pen work, then it's beautiful having such a big range of colors where you can do so much highlights and shadows and things like that just with your pens. And they blend really well. They're good blendability. They're not streaky. For someone like me who has been using Tombows for a while, which are water-based markers, I was used to, you know, having a slight streaky effect. So it was pretty amazing for me when I came and used these markers and I was getting a streak-free result. So I really enjoy using it for background and things like that. Yes, you have to work fast. If you let it dry completely and then go over, you will get a little bit of streaking, but that's just user error. So I have noticed that I've done that a few times. So yeah, they're beautiful pens, and for the price that you get them for, I think they're amazing for us as colorists. The quality is amazing. They feel so good in the hand. I love how thick they are and how they feel in my hand. They don't feel cheap. They feel really beautiful to work with. So what I thought I was going to do is swatch them out for you, because a lot of people tend to like seeing what the colors look like, and obviously I want to have them swatched out. I love having everything swatched out, so I thought I'll go ahead and swatch these markers out so that we have the color range available, so you guys can see what you get in this set, if it's something that you would like, or you might prefer a smaller set. Now I tend to keep it in these cases that they send it in, so obviously the smaller sets have smaller cases, and I have this big set now. The Ohuhu have come out recently with a beautiful storage option that you can have on your desk with your pens laying horizontally with the numbers visible to you, that you can always check out on their website. So if I remember, I'll try and put it in the description box below, but they have a lovely storage and display option, which is really nice. I don't have a craft room. I don't have a setup, unfortunately, that I could put something out on my desk. And so for me, having it in the cases is amazing. And then eventually, if I ever have a little dedicated space for myself, if I have more space, I think I would love to get one of this display storage and display options where I could put all these beautiful pens out and use them, get access to them so easily. So that may be something you'd like to consider if you have markers that you use a lot and want to have easy access to and make it look beautiful in your coloring art room, in your craft room, or in your little corner of a room where you do your thing. All right, so something to think about when it comes to markers. But yes, I just keep them in the cases at the moment. I have gone ahead and laid them all out in order of the swatches, but I was silly, and these few here, I think I missed out some, maybe somewhere here I jumped a few rows by mistake and ended up forgetting to put those there, and I couldn't be bothered to go and reorganize, so I've just left them at the bottom, at the end at the moment. So these blue greens, so maybe at some point I will find the courage to go back and reorganize. But yeah, they were not in an order, so I did do that so that it's easy for me, especially to swatch out, and also when I'm coloring, to look for my pens. All right, so I'll just set myself up so that you guys can see, and I'll swatch them out and show you what you get in addition maybe to the other two sets that I have. So I'll be able to compare it to these and see if it's something that it adds for you guys. I think one thing I noticed that it will add for me is the skin tones, because I would love to try and learn how to use alcohol markers on skin tones, especially for those Amazon quality books. So that would be quite nice to check out. But yeah, and there's some here. Yeah, so I'm really interested to see what this range, 320 range, offers us. All right, so I'm just going to set up the camera so that you guys can see nicely and get started on the swatching. Okay guys, so that took me a while to swatch out, but yeah, 320 markers is not a joke, but it's a beautiful range of colors. I really like the range that Ohuhu provides. So yeah, hopefully you guys liked the swatch. I feel like this particular set, obviously it's their full range, but it does add quite a few colors that I didn't have from their other sets. So I really like I didn't realize I was missing purple so much. So I really like their range of purples in this particular set. I really like some of these muted colors because I don't naturally go for muted colors. So to use muted colors as a base for markers, like these ones here, that would be really nice for me. And then coming over with pencils will hopefully help me tone down my colors sometimes. So I really liked some of their muted colors. The range of blues in this set is absolutely stunning. So many blues there, like a purpley blue, then you have your ultramarine kind of blues, and then you're going into your turquoise blues, which is beautiful. And then the greens are unbelievable, so beautiful greens. I love that they have the yellowy and olivey greens, which I tend to use a lot in my coloring. So that was really nice to see. And then their skin tones. So we have so many skin tones in this set, I would say. So you have those ones here, and you go into all of those. So you have light tones, mid tones, dark tones. So that's really good. And then also in some of the other ranges, so like the pinkish range, the yellowish range, you could use some of those colors as well for the skin tone. So that's really nice. So really wide variety that can be used, and I'm quite excited about that because the single-sided books like Christine Karen's, which are the ones? So Christine Karen, I think, is the main one that I have Lana Green Art, so the portrait books. I would love to try and learn how to use alcohol markers as a base, and then go over with the pencil. So that will be quite fun to try and use these skin tone colors in those kind of books. And then the grays. I thought there was just warm gray and cool grays, guys, but Ohuhu has just introduced me to a whole load of grays. So we have warm grays, we have neutral grays, cool grays, and then these ones are really pretty. I really like this. Sort of the red grays are really nice, and then they have green grays, they have yellow grays, which is really nice, they have blue grays. Those are stunning, such muted down blue colors, which I really like. So all of these here are blue grays, which is beautiful. So yeah, I did not realize there's so many different kinds of grays out there, and so I really like their range of grays. But yeah, I'm so glad I was able to share this their Ohuhu's full range of colors with you guys. I think it does add to the colors that I have. I think I will be using this quite a lot. I'm excited to play around with these. I obviously started using alcohol markers a little bit later than many of you probably, but I have been using it quite a lot in my single-sided books now, especially the Amazon books. I'm going to try them out in the Coloring Heaven books. But yeah, I like the pastel colors. So like their pastel set is beautiful, the 96 set. But I also use the darker shades. So I've just recently finished a page in a mythographic, Wild Winter, which will be a color along, and you'll see how I use my alcohol markers in that particular page. And I do use the darker shades from the alcohol markers to sort of lay down shadows from the word go, and then just do a little bit of pencil work. So hopefully I'll share with you guys how I tend to use my alcohol markers. But yeah, I am enjoying their range of alcohol markers. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you probably already have Ohuhu markers. What sets do you guys have? What's your favorite sort of range of colors that they have? Because they come in so many different shades, sets. So it would be interesting to know which ones you guys have. And yeah, do you guys use them a lot? I have started using them. So yeah, it should be interesting to know what kind of colors you guys gravitate towards. But yeah, definitely impressed with their full range of colors. So yeah, I'll leave you guys to it. I'm glad I was able to share that with you guys, and I'll be back with you guys again soon. I'll start playing with these and hopefully share with you guys. A lot of you have asked me a comparison of using alcohol markers with or water-based markers as basis, which ones I prefer, how I use my alcohol markers, how I match up my Ohuhu alcohol markers with my pencil work.
So yeah, there's a few things I would love to share with you guys. So hopefully I'll be back with you guys again soon with these sort of markers, and with some of my tips and ideas how I use them. But until then, take care. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back with you guys again soon. Bye bye.